Alrighty, we're live. Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm talking with Dan from Turbo Tech Tips. Dan, how's it going, dude?
Hey, yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, just came off a night shift, so bear with me if I'm a little tired, but yeah, I'm good. Very good.
Nice. That's good. Sorry everyone for the lag. I don't know why my computer is like heavily lagging out at the moment, but yeah, we're gonna plow on through this anyway and do the best with what we've got. So, um, Dan, for those of the people out there who don't know who you are, could you give us a little bit of background info on who you are and your journey into IT slash cyber?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Daniel Stewart from the UK. Started in cybersecurity, um, I'd say rather recently, really. It kind of was when I started following, wanting to get back into education and get educated as an adult. Um, Looked at going to university and found that they had a cybersecurity course. And before that, I was exposed to hacking, but not as much as I am now. So it was university that kind of opened my eyes to it. And when I went and joined the cybersecurity course, it was the guys, it was the passion of the guys wanting to get into that industry that got me super excited. I'd never seen Linux before. I was a Windows guy. My friend showed me Linux terminal, and I was blown away. I was like, "Oh, this is amazing! I need to do this as a career."
Yeah,
Um,
right.
so yeah, I done cybersecurity at university. Learned a lot there. Learned lockdowns hard in university. Um,
Yeah,
Coming out of that, also realised it's not enough, and that's what got me to wanting to do this video today. Is kind of the difficulties of getting into cyber and things like that. It's university is certainly not the be all and end all, and I need more experience coming out of university, and I understand that.
yeah, for sure. So with that experience, I guess, and the things that you've done outside of university, what were they? If you can give us like a rundown of those.
So what did I do out of university?
Yeah, because you were just saying that there's if you're trying to get into cyber and um,
Mhm.
doing a degree in university is just not enough. So what was enough to get into, I guess, a job or some sort of experience?
So for me, I think a lot of it is knowing people and who to talk to and where to talk to. And although I don't work in cyber, I've got a lot of contact in cybersecurity that are very useful. And for me, public speaking, or going, not even, you don't have to speak, but just going to events, cybersecurity events are some of the best fun days you'll have, and you see what people in the industry are doing, and listen to other talks and demos and professionals. I done an event called Pint of Science. That was really good. I got to demo some OSINT skills and really scare people. People who aren't in cybersecurity are super scared by OSINT, and it's like, wow, you know that much about me.
So
um,
what's that? But is that just like a OSINT type thing on individuals and discoverable passwords through personally identifiable information, stuff like that, or um,
yeah, it was. I OSINT myself live, so it was. I kind of started from some very basic information. I knew my name, I knew my email, and I was going from I don't know anything else. Um, Very quickly within the demo, I was able to find usernames, what websites I've signed up to, what's me kind of profiles on this page and that page, and bring that kind of knowledge of me live. Like, who is he? Where's he? And I had my CV up in the end. I knew where I lived. I knew my phone number. A lot of personal identifying information, and you can we started to show you how to you would gather that from other people. So we went, your business states your name, it states your email address. I could do exactly the same for you and find what you're logged on to. Have you got any passwords there? And that's how we'd start to attack the company.
yeah, right.
So a lot of business people were kind of like, wow, I'm sharing this much information online. It's scary.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Did you use any tools for any of that stuff, like Spiderfoot or Multigo or anything for that, or was it more just trawling the internet manually to find that information and build it together?
The, I use very basic just OSINT framework, just the main landing page for OSINT framework, and just use the tools built into the browser for that. So it's nothing fancy, all
Yeah,
in the browser. Um, and like I say, very quickly I found my own CV. So therefore I had my address, my phone number. Um, this was in a space of about 20 minutes.
nice
Just
one.
just searching.
Man, have I got a course for you? This was not an intentional drop, but I've got a website called cybersecguidance.com, and on there is only one course at the moment, but I'm still writing a couple of others. And the course is called Open Source Investigation Tactics. And in that course, it lists out, I think there's like 100, at least 100 different tools that you can use to make your life way easier to do that sort of stuff with some pretty good
Yeah,
results. So I use those tools when doing usually like a security audit on a company. So what would happen is the company would say, yes, we want you to try and identify PII for us. And if you can discover passwords off the back of that, awesome. Um, and yeah, that's basically like a major part of, I guess the security audit on a company, but not only the company, but its individuals to see how, I guess, secure or how good their OPSEC is on their employees. So a lot of places, like you said,
yeah,
do list their employees' names, email addresses, sometimes even phone numbers on the website. And for someone like me who's going to run an audit over that company to see what information I can get, that's just like it's easy mode.
it's gold.
It's the good stuff,
Yeah,
yeah. So that just
yeah,
makes my life way more fun and easy to do that sort of stuff. And but yeah, if anyone wants to check out that course, I think there's like 5 people watching this. So if any of 5 of you want to check out that open source intelligence course, go to the website. You'll find it there. So
yeah, absolutely.
just on some of the projects you've been working on, I know you mentioned that you've gone to meetups and you're part of that OSINT, I guess. I don't know what I'd call it, like a community or something like that. But um, yeah, what other sort of projects have you been getting into and been a part of?
Yeah, so one of my big projects in university was the society, and I genuinely recommend anyone that goes to university don't just rely on the course content. Um, Start interacting and speaking with other people and get a crowd that want to get together. So the big one was we started a society. I think we were only about 2 days in, and I said this guy introduced me to Linux, and I was showing him some stuff on Windows and things like that. And we're starting to kind of get to know each other, and we got a couple of people interested, and we're like, we should do this. There's no society to learn hacking within our university at the moment, and I know a lot of universities do have societies in place.
Yeah,
But Teesside University, they had nothing for hacking outside of the course content. So like I say, 2 days in, we decided to build this society. We didn't even have 10 members. We kind of went round the SU bar and we're like, please just come in this meeting and put your hand up. So we've got 10 people to start this, and then we're good. So I think we had like 8. So we roped another 2 people in to just literally put the hands up. Um, Went from a couple of guys wanting to learn, wanting some funding to get some tools, some hardware, and things like that. Um, so that within the first year, we become the best. Sorry, the newest best society. So from the bunch of all the ones that started this year, we were the best out of the bunch. Um,
nice.
and we
Congrats, dude.
started
That's a
doing,
claim to fame.
yeah, yeah. And we started teaching other people. I mean, we weren't experts ourselves, and by no way I'm still not now. But we were teaching some other students like fundamentals and what hacking's all about, and again getting into it. Um, we started actually doing full workshops. We got the media team involved, so the media will come in with big cameras, and now we're setting up. So we were doing recordings of our sessions and then sharing it with the students afterwards and things like that. Moved into the second year of that, I think we had like 150 members at one point. Joining the society, the second year we ran it, we were the best society in Teesside. We were an educational society, and we got number one. We got achievements for that. They were
Nice.
throwing money at us. It was amazing. We had libraries of books. We had hardware. Because we were an educational society, that the lecturers loved us. They were just literally saying to the SU, if these need anything, provide them with it. And we had fund, and we didn't know what to do with. We were running coffee days just to spend our budget.
That's awesome. That'd be pretty good. So I guess off the back of that, my next question was around professional experience in cybersecurity, but I'm curious if out of any of these clubs and things that you were a part of, did any of those sort of eventuate into a job for you?
We done some small pen testing, some small contracts. We done a couple of security audits and things like that. There was one that I nearly had an internship out of it, and I kind of swerved it because it was for the police. They were trying to poach me to do an internship within there, and a lot of my family are forces, and I've avoided that kind of lifestyle because I know what it entails. They tell you to jump, and you jump. And I wanted to do cybersecurity because I wanted a bit more freedom in my career,
Yeah.
to kind
Yeah,
of
fair
do my
enough.
own thing. But yeah, we did have some really. I know a guy who owns a company. He owns a really big water company actually, and he got us involved, and we done a contract for him. We done a red team test for him, so we done a perimeter test and everything. We had drones fly and scale around the area. We had imaging of all his locks on his doors and his physical security and his security guard time. So we done a full red team test on his company. It wasn't a massive paid job. We kind of done it as we want to learn something, and he wants a security audit. It was a
Yeah.
kind of, there was no particular big money involved or nothing like that. It was a favour for him, but it was a really
Nice.
fun experience. And it was kind of opened my eyes to all the contracts and all this, the kind of how we put this in place and do it professionally with permission policies, and making sure that if there's guards quarters, if there's security guards quarters, what do we say, and how to approach a red team test and keep
Yeah.
it
Did you
kind
have
of.
like a get out of jail free card or some sort of um like evidence that you were doing it for good reasons, not that you were just a bunch of people breaking into a building or
Yeah, we all had a contract on us to specifically say, like, if
excellent.
we've been
Good
caught, like, look,
idea.
this is our contract.
Yeah.
And he was on like speed dial of everyone who was involved in the job. Like, look, he's your boss. Like, we're not just breaking in.
Yeah.
Um,
That's awesome.
but my friend was an entry specialist. Well, he is an entry specialist as well. He focuses on building physical security. So we kind of flew the drone over close to the doors. We're able to see what the security systems were on the doors, whether it was key and fob, and some of the back doors. He knew by just looking. I went, it'll take me about 15 seconds to get into that lock. And he used to have a bump, so we had permission to break in. He bumped the door, we got in and access.
Nice.
And then went back and reported and said, look, this is what we did. We had access to your building, we had access to your Wi-Fi, we had patch cables and stuff into your server rooms and things like that.
I'm
And he was just
curious
like,
now, what other stuff did you have in your red team field kit?
so we had at the time we borrowed the university kit there to give us funding for the Hack 5 kit.
Oh yeah,
So
nice.
we had
The full kit?
uh,
Because that's a
the
sick kit.
yeah, university, actually Teesside University have the full Hack 5
Hell
kit.
yeah. I love that.
We pushed for funding for it, for through the society, and they said, well, we'll buy you it, but you need to leave it in the media room, and because then everyone in the university can access to it with it being an expensive kit. So if you
Oh,
are a
right.
student of Teesside, you can essentially just hire out the Hack 5 kit and use any of that tool. Yeah, so we had the USB rubber ducky, the pineapple, um, land turtle. Yeah, full kit.
Nice. Okay, well that's pretty cool. So I guess in your journey so far then, where are you at? Because I know you've got Turbo Tech Tips, you've got a presence on, I guess, social media as well, which is great. What's some of the stuff that you're doing outside of, I guess, now that I assume you've finished uni now, and
Yeah.
you're working in something. What are you actually doing for work at the moment?
At the moment, I work at a recycling plant. Actually, I'm not full
Oh,
time in
nice.
IT. I work in a recycling plant.
Yep.
What I do, my support company is online. I get a few customers a week, and it's mainly just basic helping out with IT, help desk support. And yeah, I've got someone who wants me to put Windows 10 on his laptop to update it, and some people have had Linux issues come in. A guy couldn't install Linux. He'd bricked his laptop, and he kind of messaged me and sent me some screenshots, and we resolved it over Messenger. And we got him a new operating system on. He got Parrot. No, so he installed Ubuntu. He was going to install Parrot a later day. So I'm kind of in IT support, but I am getting interviews for pen testing jobs. I've done a few technical interviews at the moment.
Yeah, right.
Learned a lot from that. Where I need to kind of brush up my skills, and just going out and applying for jobs in pen testing. I followed Network Chuck's advice, and nothing to slander Network Chuck. I absolutely love the guy. It may be a good advice if you're in America. He said, apply for help desk, get in with a help desk, and go from there, and then work into cybersecurity. And I followed his advice, and I put too much time and effort in. Have you gone?
No, no, I'm still here. I just had to turn off my camera
Oh,
because
okay.
I think feeding my camera over there, I'm getting a lot of messages saying the internet is or the stream is lagging badly. So
Right.
I'm just trying to fix that at the moment. I don't know if it's here or this is going out to Twitch and Facebook as well. So if you guys want to check on
Right.
those avenues as well, it might be slightly better than this one, but I'm not hopeful because my internet generally is really bad. Um, so yeah. So okay. So currently working at the recycling plant and doing a couple of jobs here and there, just under your own business, which is awesome. That's a good way to go. And looking for jobs. So have you had much success in getting work? I guess in the UK, because I know it can be a pretty competitive geographical area anyway. So yeah, I'm just curious. Like, what's it like in the UK at the moment for people trying to get into cybersecurity?
It's it's good. There's a lot of companies that have had interest with me, um, and I honestly believe I just need to build my skill set more. Jobs are out there. Unfortunately, I would have liked to have started in Blue Team. I would have liked to have started in some kinds of security operations center and learnt from there locally, travel wise. There's nothing like that, and unfortunately, there's no kind of security operations centre that's close to me. And I would have loved to have been on a blue team, done some analyst work and things like that before I jumped into full offensive roles. Um, Now a lot of people have opened their eyes to remote working and things like that. There seems to be a lot of opportunities. I'm getting interviews. Um, Now I'm actually applying for pen testing roles. I'm getting interviews, and I've done a couple of them where there've been technical stage interviews. Um, and I honestly just need to believe I need to build my skill set a little bit more, and I'll be there.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. So I'm just reading the chat. People are really struggling with the lag. So give me 1 sec, and I'm just gonna have a look at the lag before we continue this on because I don't know why it's lagging so badly. Uh, I'll just kill a couple of things and hope for the best. Okay, that should be better, hopefully. And I'll delete. All right, cool. People in the chat, let me know if this is slightly better. Hopefully it is. I think I'm just struggling with general bad Australian internet yet again. Just I'm paying for like the best connection I can get in this area, so I'm terribly sorry. But yeah, I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. So yeah, back to the questions there. So you're still looking for work. There's work out there. You're brushing up on your skills. Um, just recapping as well. You've tried getting, or you're looking more to get into blue team at the moment, and sort of expand out from there.
Mm.
Have you looked at
Yeah,
opportunities in like networking and network security to potentially jump across into a blue team role, or like what sort of avenues have you taken? I guess off applying for jobs.
I honestly don't like the networking side of things. I don't like network infrastructure and things like that. It would have been looking at stock analyst and or something along the lines of that. Unfortunately, there's nothing local for me, so I do like the offensive side of things.
Yeah,
So, and there's a lot more opportunities within offensive, either in my
absolutely.
area or remotely.
Yeah,
So that's where I'm looking at the moment. But no, I hate network infrastructure.
yeah, that's fair enough. That's it's not for everyone, but there's still avenues out there for you, both blue and red team, depending on which way you want to go. There's actually I don't want to continue just like constantly advertising to the two people who are watching this, but there's another program that I've created with Gareth Clarson called the Safer Internet Project, which is
Hmm.
we literally go out to businesses, get red team engagements, um, full pen tests, sometimes like intrusive pen tests, mostly just security audit type things. And we run those as live streams to the members of the program to get a feeling and get some real experience and get a feeling of what working for a security audit business is like. So if that, I guess, I mean that might actually benefit you in a way.
Yeah,
But
I did
yeah,
actually look at the opportunity they had with there, and I think I was gonna sign up. And I
yeah,
got it.
right.
I just saved and paid for the Security Plus cert master. So
Oh yeah,
and I, it's it's good, but it's very theory based, and for me that's boring. I need a bit. So I jump in now and again on cert master, and I've took forever to do it to try and get Security Plus. Because it's too much theory. I need some kind of hands-on experience. And I did actually look at your course for getting hands-on experience.
yeah. That'd be the one through Safer Internet Project. 'Cause that's the only one of those
Yeah,
I've got going. People in the chat, I think there's 10 people in here. If you guys have any questions for Dan and his journey getting into cybersecurity, or even just general questions that you want to ask me on getting into cybersecurity, please do chuck them in the chat and I'll read them out shortly. We're going to get through one last question and then we're just going to have a general chat basically and keep this chill. So, my last question for you was what advice would you give to other people interested in getting started in cybersecurity?
yeah. So get a routine of learning. Um, Try and learn. Maybe it's not every day, but at least once or twice a week, you should be doing a really good kind of sit down and study session and just learn your skills. Hack the box is very good for practical application. I'm on the Hack the Box Academy now, as well as the Hack the Box platform, and that's very good for learning, and it kind of guides you through some of the tools that you need, and the practical knowledge that you need. And get involved in communities, um, whether it be the Twitch or Facebook. I'm on a Facebook page, and it's all hackers trying to either get in the industry, or some of them are in the industry, and do bug bounties and things like that. And just chat to people, see what people are experiencing in the field, um, and don't be afraid to kind of ask questions. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good advice. The only other thing I would add to that on people wanting to get started in cybersecurity, now that I guess COVID lockdowns and things like that have sort of cleared up slightly, and the world is becoming a more social place again, which is good. There are lots of meetups popping up at the moment, which are good to get involved in, like physical meetups with real people to talk about, all things cybersecurity. So those are I used to go to quite a few of those, and they were really fun to get involved in. But yeah, I would definitely recommend heading along to some of those, and yeah, just get to know some people. Basically, do
Yeah.
some real
Uh,
networking.
Absolutely. It's where I'm going to be hosting a Hack the Box meetup soon, within the northeast.
Nice.
There's not one locally to me, but you can go as an organizer and organize a Hack the Box event. So I'm going to try and host one of them very shortly within the area, to try and get um, just back out there, like you say. Now we can be more social. I honestly think it's the best thing to kind of do, to learn from others, is just interact with them, ask them questions, and let them show you what they can do on a computer, what they enjoy doing, and like I say, within the society, some of the things the guys were showing me on, I was brand new to Linux, and they showed me how to work it. Sat down with them in the library, and he's like, "Look, I'll show you how to do this." Learned so much by just sitting down and having a kind of session with them, and just saying, like, this is the terminal, this is how you do these commands, this is what you can do from here and there. And it was just kind of one day chatting on in the library, learning some skills together.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think those absolutely great things to get involved in. Um, for anyone in the chat, I'm still trying to we're almost like at the end of this stream, but I've just connected another access point on my desk that'll hopefully mesh up. It looks like it's meshed up to the other one. So if you guys can see any improvement in internet connectivity, let me know, because I'd love to have this working better, so that at least next time I can try and avoid these things. I have moved things around in my house, so I think that may have something to do with it. The access points are in different areas. This one that's on my desk used to be like up there somewhere, so it's now here. So anyway, um, yeah, right. Any questions in the chat? Let me know. I haven't seen anything coming in yet. It looks like it's a pretty quiet stream this time. So to avoid potential, further internet issues, I might shut this one down, I guess, and just have a chat generally with you instead of asking for questions from the chat. Um, so I guess with I'm more curious with the red team engagement thing that you were talking about before, and how that worked. Was there, like, apart from the Hack 5 equipment that you were using, did I guess that guy had a lockpicking set of sorts to get into
He
that
did,
door?
yeah.
Yeah. So did you guys like figure out, like, did you map out where cameras were, and potential access to the building through windows or other doors? Like, how can you give us an explanation of how that red team engagement sort of went from start to finish?
Yeah, we kind of sat in the car park for the first couple of days. Um, and I'd borrowed my friend's drone, so he had a nice DJI drone. and we kind of surveilled the area with that from a height. Looked at the building, looked at where the gates were, where the windows were, where the security guards and where the cameras were, and things like that. If we could get into fences, over fences, and then, like I say, we kind of, when we had chance, we got a bit closer, looked at doors, where we could get into the building from there. So we sat in the car park for like a day, 2 days, just kind of watching the area.
Yeah.
Went back a little bit later, went in through the gate, and it was literally, we just waited till the guards kind of walked around the corner, but we had walked in with high visors.
Just
So
got through.
I think my friend told him, he approached the security guards and said, we're doing some work within the area. So if you see us around, we're just doing this. And I think he said we're servicing the trains or something like that. So we had big high visors on and kind of overalls and things like that. And we just walked in the front gate, and around the back.
Straight in. Nice.
And he
That's
opened the
good.
door. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, really. I've got a couple of questions in. I'll put performance mode on. Hopefully that fixes something. I've got a few questions here. The first one's from Sean. He says, I ended up doing an internship to land my first SOC analyst job. Nice one, Sean. That's one way to do it. I know it depends with internships and how they are actually going to work, or if they're going to work at all. But often I know a guy in New Zealand who did a internship with Zero in their GRC team. I think he started in GRC, and now he now he's working at Zero as a full-time employee, I think, on their pen testing team. I don't know for sure if he's still on that team or if he's changed up, but yeah, I mean, internships are sometimes a really great avenue depending on the business as well. D-Star Code says, I want to start bug bounty. How should I start? That's an excellent question. And to be honest, dude, I can't stand bug bounties. I find bug bounties to be a huge draw on time that I don't have a lot of. And for me, it's just not something I really want to get involved in. If you want to get started in bug bounties, there is on the Bug Crowd website, there is literally a guide on exactly how to get started, a step-by-step guide. I've also made a couple of videos on it a little while ago when I was sort of looking at, I wanted to do a bug bounty program on Pornhub because I thought it'd be a bit of a meme. And I looked into getting into bug bounties, but I never got around to doing it because it was just too much messing about, and I just couldn't be bothered. But there is a video out there. Also check out Stock or Sturk. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He has, he has so many videos on how to get started in bug bounties. I did an interview with him a year or two ago, where we talked exactly about how to get started in bug bounties. So if you want to check that out, search YouTube for dccybersec Stock. He's a very knowledgeable dude.
Bug Crowd have kind of followed Hack the Box in a sense with if you go on Hack the Box, they've got the starting point VPN, so you can follow the starting point guys on Bug Crowd, and it literally shows you how to start, and it follows you through the process of what you should do in beginning bug bounties.
Yeah. Next question was from Faja Bantam. I don't know if I've said your name wrong. Sorry, dude. For me, the videos freeze, but I can hear you guys with no issue. That's good. At least the audio is coming through. I just started watching this on my phone, and it looks completely lagged out. Like there is no video coming through at all, which is annoying because it's frozen on my face in a really like ugly face. It looks terrible, but that's all right. Whatever.
Yeah.
Marv Velez says, say I decide to start today, which certs or what type of website would you recommend exploring to enhance my learning and experience? Thank you. Do you want to answer this one, or do you want me to go in on this one? Because I've got a lot of recommendations.
I'll give my opinion. If you're just starting, I honestly think that the CompTI stuff's really good. You'll gain a lot of theoretical knowledge from that. Um, Professor Messer, if you can rub with his videos, some people find him a bit dry, but Professor Messer covers a lot of the Security Plus content for CompTI. Get some theoretical knowledge there, and then jump on a kind of platform like Hack the Box or Vuln or something like that, and get some hands-on experience. Hack the Box is really good because it kind of, like I discussed briefly there, the starting point kind of takes you through baby steps of how to set up your VPN for the website and how to start on some basic boxes. It'll guide you through really well. Always try and concentrate on practical knowledge, some real kind of on keyboard experience, as well as your theoretical knowledge.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, Hack the Box is a great resource. If you really want to get started in cyber, though, I think as a really basic point, Try Hack Me is a great place to get going on that as well. Another question here from Faja Benton. Which is better to do in gaining experience, Home Labs or Hack the Box? Why not both, dude? I would say build your own home labs. I've actually got a series on YouTube on building the building blocks of your own home lab. So, you know, running up virtual machines, creating the virtual NICs, getting everything going together. And the idea was to create an attack defense lab. So you have two machines with a firewall in the middle. You attack the other machine, you defend against it. That's basically it. The reason I like that home lab is because I've taken that to job interviews before, and when they say, you know, what are your hobbies, and I'd start rambling on about this amazing home lab, they're like, we need to employ this dude. He's balls deep. He loves this stuff. So yeah, I mean, they really enjoy the home lab stuff when you go for an interview, and I would highly recommend it. On the other side, saying to someone that you've participated in CTF hacking challenges on Hack the Box, they all know what it is, but it doesn't stand out because you didn't really create anything yourself. You just participated in something else that already exists. The knowledge is great, don't get me wrong, but if you're trying to get a job off the back of this, I would say a home lab is better, but you know, learning things is great from a home lab experience side of things as well. So yeah. Rob Coates says, it all depends on what path you want to do in cybersecurity. Starting out, a general cert like the Sec Plus or EJPT on INE. Yeah, people are saying the stream is no longer lagging. Happy days. We've made it. Yeah. We've pushed through bad internet, and we've got the. I get one of my neighbors probably turned off their internet connection or something, or maybe someone was downloading shit off my connection. I don't know. I don't think so. My connection's pretty secure, so it should be good. My stats here say, if I look at my performance metrics in my streaming software, it says your stream is excellent quality. So I really don't know. Yeah, even this whole time I was looking at it, it's like you've had a 27% loss in frames, but your stream is excellent quality. So I don't know how that works. I don't understand, but whatever. It should be better now, so awesome. Any more questions in the chat, drop them in. I'm going to talk a little bit about certifications versus experience, because it's something that I think is very important when you're talking about getting started in cybersecurity. So a lot of what I've been doing lately, I'll give some background first. So a lot of what I've been doing in cyber lately is helping other people to get into cybersecurity, or IT as an industry as a whole. And part of that is talking with different recruiters and hiring managers, people who are already working in jobs, who are potentially going along to interviews and helping, or maybe not helping, but interviewing that person to see if they're a right fit for the company. Now, there's really like the three main things that they're looking at is your work experience, and this is in order of importance, I would say. Your work experience, so what experience can you bring to the company? If that's professional work experience or home lab experience, you can sort of twist it around to make home lab experience work for you in that way. But yeah, home lab experience or work experience, ideally professional work experience. Next up is what certifications do you have that certify that you are actually a professional? And then the last one is, I guess it's kind of two parts. So personality and culture fit for the company. Now that's usually a small thing these days, and it's becoming smaller and smaller with people working remotely, because you don't have to, sit next to Jenny in accounting who rambles on about her cats and what she did on the weekend. You don't have to deal with that as much anymore, which is it's good and bad in a way, but it's good if you have a very dry, I guess, sense of humor that people don't appreciate in those sort of office environments. So it's less important, but it's still an important factor on if you are a right fit for the company, because that's what they're looking for. They want to know how much experience you've got, what certs or qualifications you have, and then off the back of that, are you going to fit in with the other people who work in the company already? They don't want to throw in a Trojan horse who's going to be a pain in the ass to the other employees. So there's different ways you can achieve those things. One is, like I've already said 1,000 times now, the home lab experience stuff. You could also, I mean, this is a really dumb answer to this question, but you could also get a job and show that experience. Obviously, we're talking about getting started in cybersecurity, which is most people wouldn't have a job prior. So home lab experience or something like the Safer Internet project may actually be a great avenue for you to be able to show that experience. What you can also do is do some volunteer work, which I know sucks, but it's good to show that sort of experience. Get involved in those university clubs, like the black hat teams or whatever they call themselves in different, or white hat university learners. There's most universities have some sort of hacker team that they like to bring in members to and use that as experience. That's a great way to get experience. If you want to do bug bounties, you can't really show it off as experience because no one cares if you did basic analysis of a website. So it doesn't really help you in the way of experience. But yeah, there's that. And then there's obviously getting your certifications, which ones are the right certifications, something like the CompTIA series. So if you're going to start from the beginning, you've just finished high school, for example, you would maybe look at doing the A plus, and then the security plus, the network plus, and a pen test plus, or something like maybe that combination. I don't know. It depends on which route you want to go. If you want to go the CUISA plus to get into a SOC analyst type role, or if you want to get the pen test plus or EJPT, and then an OSCP to get into pen testing. It really does depend on where you want to go in your journey to what you should do, and there's very specific paths